Yo, what is going on, guys? It is CoJo. Today, I wanted to make an extremely low-key video on something that a lot of you guys have been asking me recently, and it is how to warm up as an awper inside of CSGO. I've gotten asked that a lot, and today I wanted to kind of share with you guys what you should be doing and some stuff that we're gonna be thinking about as an awper inside of this game. This video is gonna be extremely low-key. I just got back from LAN. It's not gonna be edited. You guys can just come with me through my journey, and we'll come alongside here. You guys can help me out by hitting that subscribe button and sharing this video with your friends. Share this with your awper and, let them know how to warm up as a awper inside of this game. So, I mean, the first thing I honestly do is I just come over here and I find aimbots. You can use CSGO Hub too. It's extremely great map, very good to use. We just load into aimbots here, and we're honestly, guys, the thing you have to remember is like as an awper, most of your stuff is actually gonna be positioning, right? Like it's important to have sick aim and that kind of thing, but at the end of the day, the most important part of the game is having positional awareness and knowing how to position. I'm gonna show you how to warm up your aim today and how to get ready for games and matches, but at the end of the day, the best warm up you can do is actually, demo reviewing and seeing how other operators are playing so that you're making your shot as easy as possible. At the end of the day, you want to make it so that you don't have to move your crosshair around when you're shooting, right? You want to just have that positioning and you want to have that scope in where your enemies are going to peek you. That is the easiest way to get kills as an operator, and it's going to make you, have such an easier time. So I know it sounds counterintuitive, but the first thing I actually do when I get into the aimbots is I actually warm up my AK, right? And I'm hopping on CS right now, guys. So you can actually see me warming up right now too, because I just got back from LAN, haven't touched the game for a bit, so I'm extremely raw and rusty, and the game feels really weird to me right now. But first thing you do, you just get in here and shoot some bots with the AK. Shoot them for like 200, 300 kills. Really warm up your AK. Work on different things like little bursts like this. One thing I like to do is these two taps. So try to focus on two tapping the bots as fast as you can go. Like see if you can, do that kind of thing. It's really easy when you have a far one and a close one. This will help you with your tracking and like knowing how far you need to move your hand to hit a target, depending on how far it is away from you. But kind of warm up the AK, get your spray transfers going. And I know it sounds counterintuitive, but you need to, you need to be able to have your rifles down too as an operator, and it really helps me when I have my AKs down and just have this movement down before I'm scoped in. So warm up your AK. You can warm up your other guns, but eventually we're gonna get into our op, right? And now that we have our op, what are we gonna do? We're gonna, instead of just getting in here and trying to hit some crazy flicks, and as you guys can see, I'm so rusty right now, I'm so not used to my own setup. The first thing we're gonna do to get back into the swing of things is actually just like straight up CS killing targets, right? No crazy flicks at first, nothing insane. Literally just see the bots dying, see your crosshair on the other player, and focus on not moving when you're shooting. I like to walk around a lot of times and then make sure you're hitting the. If I'm moving with the D key right now, I hit the A key, and right, like I stop my momentum so that my shot is accurate. Work on doing that at first, and then start to get a little more flicky, start to get a little more loose as far as your range of motion. And when you get a kill, guys, I like to move around like this. I like to spin around and really focus on when I'm shooting these bots, it's blind, right? So I'm here and I come around and I scope up like that, right? Come around here, scope like that. What is this doing? It's helping our reaction time, and it's also helping us in a game. Sometimes we're going to be peaked when we're not ready for it. We're going to be peaked from angles. So when we're in here with the bots, it can really help us being fast and really flicky when we do this. So what I like to do is like I get a kill and I spin around here, get my next kill, spin around here, get a kill, do my, and you don't have to do this. It's not like every single operator needs to do something like this, but for me, it helps me get into the rhythm and flow of things as an operator and really get my range of motion moving around and spinning around. Now, while we're in aimbots, it's so important, guys, that we also get our no scopes down, right? No scoping, I know it seems like silly, but it's actually so important to be able to no scope with the op. Trust me, even if you don't need to do it in the game, it makes you feel so much more confident and comfortable with yourself, and it's going to make you not scared, of any of these fights or situations because you know where the center of your screen is. And for me, I have a custom view model. I'll show you guys here. I made videos on my settings in the past, but these are my view model settings. You guys can pause the video, rewind the video, and you can look at it. But for me, personally, my view model settings, they have to be this unique, like zoomed out setting, or I can't hit no scopes, right? So just get comfortable with whatever view model you have. and learn where the center of your screen is, guys. Like, there's no secret trick to it. There's nothing. It's just practice. I literally have gotten to the point where some people are like, "CoJo, like, do you have a dot on your monitor? Do you have a dot on your screen, right?" And there's no trick to it. It's literally just practicing your no scopes and, staying on the consistent view model settings so that you know exactly where the center of your screen is. So yeah, focus on those no scopes. You can get some quick scopes in too. Just getting these flicky motions down and really focusing on the bot is this far on my screen, so I need to move my hand this far to kill him, right? And you can really start to get some really insane flicks when you get this master. When you get it down, you can kill people when you should not be killing them, right? Like, your aim can just purely bail you out. But yeah, so that's about it for the aimbot section of warm up. We're gonna get, maybe 200, 250 op kills. Really sit here and get in the zone. There's no real number actually that you need. Just do what you feel is right. If you don't feel warm that day, get more. If you feel warm that day, move on. But what we're actually gonna do now is what I like to do. What I like to do is head over to the warm up server DMs. These are the best deathmatch servers, and if you're playing on matchmaking servers and stuff, my game just crashed, so I'll pop over here to the full screen. That's what happens when I try to do a raw, unedited video. Stuff like this just happens. But one thing is, like, guys, if you're on deathmatch servers through matchmaking, get off of them. It's not because you're playing 64 tick, which is not what you're gonna be playing if you're on team, if you're trying to get to the next level. And also, like, some of those matchmaking servers, like, you have a team in the deathmatch, right? Like, you have teammates, and it just doesn't make any sense. Like, deathmatch is supposed to be warm, and you're supposed to get, to get warm and get loose, and matchmaking's just not optimized for that. But we're gonna load in here. Once you guys will see, my screen will go from being black, but we're gonna load in here, and these servers are so good because they cycle through all the different scenarios. Like, they have gun round, headshot only, pistol headshot only, second round buys. It's so good, man. And I usually just pump a little bit of music in here while I'm playing this and really focusing on getting ready. Like, right now it's in headshot only mode. So if we're trying to warm up our op, it's not gonna warm up our op as much, but it's gonna help us, get more precise with our actual guns, right? So like I said, guys, there's no secret to getting warm, and actually to get warmed up with the op and to make sure that you're hitting all your shots, you actually need to get warmed up with your rifles and pistols too, because it all goes hand in hand. And when you're confident with your other guns, you're going to be extremely confident with the op too. Think about it. If you start a game and you're whiffing on pistol round, you're whiffing on the second buy rounds, like with MP9, scouts, like, how are you ever going to hit shots with the op, right? Like, how are you ever going to be confident enough to pick up the op and start destroying with it? So part of becoming warm as an opper is actually straight up just doing the same thing with doing the same exact thing as other players do to warm up, is getting your AK warm up, getting your M4 warm up, your pistol warm up, and making sure that you're smooth and as good as you can be for your game. So I think this server has 2 minutes left for headshot only, because like I said, guys, headshot only as an opper is like the one mode where it doesn't matter as much. But like I said, it's so important to be able to rifle and do these other things as an opper. And a lot of oppers mess up because they think that they should only be warming up warming up their AVP, but it's just so bad to do because you're gonna limit yourself as a player. And there's gonna be some maps where you're not actually opping 100% of the time. Like, look at, say you're playing Vertigo, right? There's a lot of teams on Vertigo that T side, they're like, we would prefer five rifles instead of having an upper, which is totally viable. You might be on a team like that, and what are you gonna do when your team is telling you not to op, right? Like, if you're not a good if you're not a good rifler, then you're screwed. So you gotta make sure your rifle is at least semi decent. Like, it doesn't have to be insane, but you gotta make sure you're capable, because you look at even Saiwu and Simple, like, they're both still so insane with the rifle. Like, they honestly could be some of the best players in the world just with the rifles, you know what I mean? So make sure you have everything down and you guys will be set. But yeah, we kind of hop in here, do that, scroll through that warm up, and after that, honestly, we're feeling pretty warm. One thing I'll put you guys on if you ever want to try it is these op servers. And I don't always warm up on these. They're not the most efficient way to warm up, but it is kind of fun to play on these maps because it's purely opping. And it can be nice to have like a change of scenery and to have these like basic maps that really make you focus on what is my positioning, what is like going on around me, how are people playing, and it can be, really, really, really effective in helping you. And if you guys have made it this far in the video, you guys can let me know and we'll have a little secret. If you comment yellow My Little Pony, right? A yellow My Little Pony. So go ahead and comment that and I'll know that you guys have been watching to the end of this video and I'll give you a nice little shout out. So yeah, but these maps are really cool. Op servers, like I said, you just get to face other oppers and it really makes you focus on your movement and fighting people that are hopping around like madmen like this guy. So it's very good for getting you warm and loose. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I thought I'd just make a nice little low key video. I'm on my headset mic, so don't really have much professional quality for this video, but it's still really important to teach you guys what you need to do to hit insane nasty shots and just be a reliable player, right? And not a liability for your team, not somebody that when they have the op they're just giving it up, because being an opper is extremely hard, but if you know how to play right, it can be the most overpowered gun in the game, obviously. So it's all about making sure that you guys are optimizing the gun and making sure that when you are using it, it is as effective as it possibly can be while you're playing with it. So yeah, it's just really important. And yeah, guys, you're gonna become better oppers after this video. You're gonna become the better oppers than CoJo. So I'll see you guys on the server and I'll see you at all the events and we'll have a good time, right? We'll play our little hearts out and become the best that we possibly can. So you guys can help me out, like I said, by hitting that subscribe button, sharing this video, and checking out all my other socials. We've been finding some success on our other socials recently, so it's very encouraging and very fun to keep grinding for you guys. So we'll clutch up in this nice little 1v2 here, and then I'll end the video. So yeah, catch you guys later. Peace out. Stay cool, stay collected, and have a good year.